What's up everybody, I am Mega RetroMan, and in this video I'm going to be listing off the top 5 expensive Super Nintendo titles that I currently have in my collection. All the prices that I'm going to be naming off are based off pricecharting.com. So let's get to it. Starting this list off is Earthbound, which on average goes for the price of $170. I haven't really had a true start to playing this game other than collecting footage for this video, so I can't say I know a whole lot about this game. Years ago, the price of Earthbound fluctuated between no less than $150 to $200. It was supposedly the Super Nintendo game to have in your collection, but players and collectors saw through the hype and the high price and would say that the game isn't worth it, whereas other people would say that it's a phenomenal game. Although the opinion of others is fine, I like to form my own opinion on this, so whenever I can get around to playing and finishing this game, I will be more than happy to give my own opinion on it. Coming in at number 4 is Castlevania Dracula X at roughly $176. Years ago I bought this game for about $60, and god am I glad I got this game when I did, because, well, look at the price now. I played Dracula X a lot when I was younger and believed it was the superior Castlevania game for the SNES. But then I actually invested tons of time on Super Castlevania 4 and Rondo of Blood, and realized that Dracula X is just not as great as I thought it was. It's not bad, but it's certainly not and will never be Rondo of Blood. Number 3 is Harvest Moon, with an average price of $182. Not gonna lie, I had never played a Harvest Moon game until making the footage that you see here. So my understanding of the game is this. Your father tells you to get out and go make something of yourself. Your mama follows and says, "Please don't let him leave." Father says, "No, he's gone." Your character's like, "I'll show you. I'm gonna become a better farmer than your ass will ever be. I'm gonna make all sorts of money, I'm gonna marry me a beautiful honey, and it's gonna be a wonderful life." Basically, you're building your farm up from scratch, raising cows, chickens, and growing vegetables in order to obtain more funds to have bigger and better necessities. I would recommend teenagers to adults for this game. I have to play through this game eventually, and it looks like it may be a complicated one. Number 2 is Super Turrican 2, going at roughly $182. The Super Turrican series, I feel, gets absolutely no love. It's a simple platformer, sure, but good god, it's such a fun game with a great soundtrack and solid gameplay. Once again, going after the Machine, who looks like Marvel's Galactus in cutscenes, except he's about as small as you are when you fight him. You get sucked into a black hole and eventually dumped onto various planets. Some of the stages in this game remind me of other Super Nintendo titles, such as Hyperzone, a hint of Earthworm Jim, and Axlay. If I had to choose between Super Turrican 1 or 2, Super Turrican 1 gets more love from me. Regardless, Super Turrican 2 is a great game. And finally, coming in at number 1, with an average rate of $193, is Mega Man X3. Now, Mega Man X and Mega Man X2 were well received by players and Mega Man X fans everywhere. Mega Man X3 was definitely no exception. The game ramped up the difficulty on this just a tiny bit and added many things to the game, such as the 4 armor rides, the Chimera, Hawk, the Frog, and the Kangaroo, the ability to have upgrade chips for armor pieces, and the best parts of the game, the option to use Zero and obtain his Z-Saber. Unfortunately, if Zero loses all his health in the middle of the game, you'll never be able to call for him for the remainder of the game. Regardless, giving us players the ability to use Zero, even if it was just for a little bit, was awesome, and something us Mega Man fans wanted since the first Mega Man X. Mega Man X3 is one of 2 games that uses the CX4 chip to help produce wireframe effects such as the star on Blast Hornet stage and the Sigma virus. This was a well-made game, and I am not only proud to have the physical cart, but consider this to be a favorite in my collection. And here they are, my top 5 expensive titles that I currently own. So if you guys feel like you want to do your own list, please do so. I'd like to see what you guys have. And I'm not really going to tag anybody since I wasn't tagged. I just did this just because I wanted to. So thank you for watching, and hope to see you guys again on another video.